Hello and welcome to another mathematical studies video. This one's about functions, what they are, and in doing that I will also explain ordered pairs and mappings. So quite simply, ordered pairs, what do we talk about when we talk about ordered pairs? Suppose that I have some points here in my Cartesian diagram now. Before we do that, let's remember that this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis. So if I have this point here, this point would be point 1, 2. So there you go, I have point 1, 2. This point, for example, could be point 2, 4. Now look at carefully where it is. Why it's point 2, 4. This one would be point minus 1, minus 2. That's how I move around my Cartesian diagram. Now this list here is a list of ordered pairs. Now I can have many different lists of ordered pairs. It's just simply a list of pairs of numbers. So I have 1 and 2 together here. This is one pair, this is another pair, this is another pair. And they are ordered in some kind of way. And that's what ordered pairs are. So a function is going to be a group of ordered pairs like the one that I had before. The thing is, the relationship, if you think about it, is going to be, I'm going to actually join these ordered pairs and I'm going to establish a relationship, a way to calculate these ordered pairs. Now you know this line here, you should know it's y equals 2x. Well, the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to write it the following way. I'm going to say, well, instead of y, I'm going to put f of x. And this is the point where instead of making a little drawing like I'm making here, instead of making a drawing, I'm actually defining a function. It's not a very complicated one, but there you go, that's a function. So this is a little, let's call it a little machine, a little formula to calculate the ordered pairs. If I put that x is equal to 2, I can do it like this, you're all familiar with this method. If I put that x is equal to 2, I get 4. If I get that x is equal to 1, I get 2. If I get that x is equal to minus 1, I get minus 2. Simply by substituting here. And where I had the x, I put the value that I got here. So 2 times 2 is 4, and that's why f of x is 4. Now, that is a function. In essence, it's simply a way to describe this way of getting the ordered pairs that I just got here. A very important thing to realize, though, is what is not a function. Let's give a more precise definition of the function thus. So this thing here is a function. And the main reason why it is a function, I have this established relationship here. Why we call it a function is that for each number of x, I have only one possible value of y. I don't have another point here. If I had another point here, then it would not be a function. That's the most important thing. So let me just take the red thing here and draw something that is not a function. If I have something that's like this, it's not a function. Why not? Because for minus 2, I have one point here and one point here. Thus, this is not a function. This, however, is a function. So to have a function, I need to have that for each value of x, there's only one possible value of y. And finally, what are mappings? Mappings is just a way of writing functions. So again, if I go for my simple one, this function here, I say, well, here are my values. I have 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, and I write them like this, 0, 3. And I have here another group. So I have, for example, other values here. Let me put here minus 2, 0, 6, minus 4, 2, this is a 2, excuse me, 2, 4. What is a mapping? It's the way in which I can relate this one. So the 1, when f happens, let's put a big F here, when f happens, the 1 becomes a 2. The 2 becomes a 4. The minus 1 becomes a minus 2. Minus 2 becomes a minus 4. 0 becomes a 0. And 3 becomes a 6. This is a mapping. It's just a way to write down the way in which the function connects the different values. This would be the x values, and this would be the f of x values, which are normally represented in the y-axis. So that's all you need to know about how mappings and functions work. Remember, the most important thing is that a function is something that for each value of x, there is only one value in y. Or rather than y, let's put here in f of x. Just one for each value of x, there's only one value in f of x. Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Goodbye.